when I had to pick an INXS album, I guess most people would have gone for something like Listen Like Thieves or the more popular Kick or even X, no relation. But for me, there was no doubt this was the one. You see, I'm not the biggest INXS fan. I can appreciate and even love some of their songs. And you can't do anything but admire the success they've had overseas with things like Kick reaching number 3 in the USA and having a number 1 single with Need You Tonight. I guess it's just that some bands just don't do it for me. Too commercial? Maybe. Though, I mean, it was pretty solid rock pop fare for the time, with many singles I don't mind hearing today. But here on this third album, I did find something to love while compiling this list. And I knew it was a must-have for your collection. I can still hear all this album today, and I still love it. Why though? Well, that was really hard to pin down. I think I finally settled on the word groove. It's danceable, yes, but it's also quite chill for INXS. It's funky, but it's not in your face. But that groove permeates the majority of the album, and it's infectious. It almost reminds me of jazz at times. Intelligent lyrics that also denote plenty of mystery around their meaning. So much so that when we reach the climax in the final track of the album, which is a straight rock song, and one of their most memorable, it almost feels out of place on this album. Let's explore. Setting up the very unique sound on the album and distinguishing this as INXS, it's a brooding mix of synth and cutting guitar. Sexy and smooth. Punctuated by bass and soaring synths, you can picture Hutchins lithely slinking his way through this song. Love needs no words. This one's ska influenced, even has a jug thrown in. The transactional nature of love. With the fire in the heart that burns with no regret. You buy in, but you never know what you get until the end. I have seen someone, I better let you go. She said, this was a lesson in love. Here comes the rationalization. Here comes the song I know. Continuing the theme of the last track, a beating march. Found some questions to the answer, dancing flames of romance. This time with the understanding of inevitability. The taste of freedom is too clear to stop it. Back to their funk and ska-induced roots, side 2 begins proclaiming a new start. And so too will the tracks from now on. Each one seems to flesh out more and more musical detail as the album progresses. The street ahead, just walking down it, look straight ahead. lush, filled in with sax and rising synths. A killer song. Surprisingly not a single.
Puts a hat on, looks in the mirror.
Loosely based on a Cold War era activist in the Soviet bloc, willing to stand up for freedom.
Friends don't argue, friends don't care. Now is the moment to get here. Call it to Mount Everest, then down to the river Ganges. Ooh, to follow your mighty past, we're learning the primitive rights, soon as the Romans do.
A question as old as time, from the old world to the new world. Who holds the wisdom? A beautiful spoken word ending. As mentioned in my intro, I still find this song a little out of place on this album. But there's one thing you can't complain about. It's a monster. Like any legendary Australian band, there are defining sounds and songs, and this is definitely one.
Don't change me up. Don't change a thing for me.
The bass drop at the start alone is worth the time. This was just an early signal of what this band was capable of worldwide throughout the 80s to come. Shaboo Shabaa, by the way, is what's called an
onomatopoeia.
It's a made-up word to phonetically say what it is you are creating. And that's apt, as you've seen, because it's the common feature I like so much about this album. So, if you've had an exhausting day, kick off your shoes after a long day at work, sit back in your favourite chair, pour yourself a glass of your smoothest beverage, and put this album on. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.